Welcome back, brothers, to yet another episode here, man, on the O'Shea Vlogcast channel. You know what I mean? I'm out here, man. We got a great show for you brothers today on the channel, and I'm here with Mr. Law 217. And today we talking about the do's and don'ts of dealing with side chicks. Man, it might get ugly, but fuck it, we gonna go ahead and rock with it anyway. What's going on, Mr. Law?
Ain't nothing too much, O'Shea, man. I'm just cooling, man. Shout out to everybody if anybody's already watching, and we're gonna get into it. The do's and don'ts of having a side chick. Just so everybody knows, anything I'm talking about is from my past. I'm currently married, 6 years in, have not had any side chicks in this marriage, but in previous relationships I have. So I'm a pretty good person to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, let's kind of first start off, man. When we get into the show, everybody come on, man, and get the likes up on the video while you're coming in. Just tell us a little bit, where you from, man. Where you, kind of give us a little rundown, player.
All right, I'm 39 years old, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm from the heart of it. I'm not from the suburbs of it. I'm from the real Atlanta, as we like to say. Been married 6 years, but I've definitely been in previous relationships, and I used to be a real major player in Atlanta. I've been with a lot of women. I have no idea how many women I've been with. No, I'm not proud of that, but you know what I'm saying? Never had any diseases or anything like that, but I definitely have played a lot when it comes to these women. As far as side chicks go, I've had my fair share, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, being born and raised in Atlanta, it's kind of like the culture. You know, we do have the entertainment and the rap music and all that, but also like growing up during the Freaknik era, that's kind of how we was raised. You know what I'm saying? We was raised to mess with women and always be around them, and sex was real big in Atlanta. It still is. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of got immersed in it by not even by accident. I didn't have no older brothers to teach me the do's and the don'ts. My mom and dad, they still married and everything, but you know, your dad ain't gonna sit here and tell you about these hoes in the street. So I kind of learned this stuff just on my own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me ask you about the last part you said. As far as about learning it on your own. And when you first started dating chicks and stuff like that, were you like a guy looking for a relationship, like when you first started, or were you ever in love, shit like that, or?
Well, no, because I found some porn when I was like 4 years old, O'Shea. And I did. I'm serious, man. Like my dad used to work at night. Like my dad was a cop at one point. So my dad used to work at night. My mom worked in the daytime. So
Okay.
I was like 4 years old, and I always been real inquisitive and like real curious about shit. So one night my mom was asleep. I went in my dad's drawer, and it was during the videotape era. And I found a videotape, and it wasn't black like normal tapes. It was like brown or some shit. And when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute. I know this got to be different. And when I popped it in, immediately I knew that this was something I liked. So from the age of 4 and just growing up, I never really looked at women from a relationship standpoint. It was like, I'm trying to do what I seen on that goddamn tape. You know what I mean? So that's what it was. And so like my first relationship, I think I was like 15. I was trying to have sex, but the chick wasn't into it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that didn't happen. But what did spark my sexual interest, I got caught at school. I was eating a chick out at school. I was like the only nigga at 15 eating chicks out in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And I got caught at school eating a chick out. And by the time I got to school the next day, I was a legend at school. Like, this nigga eat pussy at 15. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it started. So yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. You got caught eating pussy by who?
The school security guard. His name was Joe.
Oh,
I was
okay,
in the school parking lot. You know what I'm saying? I was in the school parking lot in a car, and one chick was driving, and there was 2 other chicks in the back seat. I had already ate one of them out. He pulled up while I was eating. This is a true story. True story. I had already ate out one of them. He pulled up on the second one and knocked on the window, and he was like, "Man, what the hell are y'all doing?" You know. And by the time I got to school the next day, it was like, that's Chris Law. That's the nigga that got caught eating pussy yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And that's kind of how I hadn't even had intercourse yet.
Okay.
So I was eating pussy before I even had intercourse. You know what I'm saying?
Let me.
Yeah. That's kinda, yeah. I see your mouth open like, yeah,
Man,
it's a true story.
I thought I had some shady stories, nigga.
True story, man. I swear to God, true story.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on, everybody. Wait, hold on. We got 56 people watching. I know it's gonna get real in here, but do me a favor, man. My man, Mr. Law 217, he got a YouTube channel in the description, man. So I want everybody to go into the description and subscribe to my boy, man. You know, because he gonna have some unique shit for us in this sector of Black YouTube, man. You gotta fuck with him. You know what I mean? For real, you got.
Yeah, I mean.
So go ahead. I want everybody, but you know, if you're watching the video, man, go into the description, subscribe to Mr. Law 217, hit the bell, notification bell, and do me a favor and get the likes up on the video. But let me ask you this, man. Like, what do you do at 15 to get? I mean, like, because you know, what do you tell somebody like so you can eat their coochie in the car? What? How does that? What's that conversation sound like?
Now I got a pretty good memory of most shit, right? So that particular day, I was in the marching band. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I was in the marching band, and it was concert band season. So I knew we had practice later on that evening. We was getting ready to go to this thing we call it's like a festival. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was already known in school for being the one that cuss a lot, and I talk about, you know, I used to talk about sex a lot, even as a young, you know, as a young teen or whatever. So it was me and a few chicks. We were sitting during music class. We had a little long break in there, and we started talking about porn and sex and all that type of stuff. And some kind of way, the conversation just went over into, hey, I eat y'all out. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. And then next thing I know, they called my bluff. They was like, well, look, when we got this break between when school get out, because school used to get out around like 3:15 p.m. And then our practice for that particular time we was in, it was like at like 6 o'clock. So this one chick, she had a black Astro van. This was around about 94. She had a black Astro van, and it was her. She was like huge. She was big as fuck. So I knew I wasn't gonna do that shit to her ass. You know what I'm saying? And it was the two other chicks, and we had been talking about it all day. So it was time to go for it, and I was like, well, this is my first time really seeing some pussy up close. I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. So I did it. You know what I'm saying? That's how it went.
Okay, so you went first on the first chick.
Yeah.
And how did that go? Because then she like
it went great for me. I had a great time.
Okay.
Because both of them, I mean, like we had already talked. Like, I'm gonna do both of y'all. So the first chick, I did her. It was cool. I was on the road by then. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna definitely do the second one. So started doing the second one, and that's when Joe knocked on the window, like, hey, what y'all doing? And he looked in, seeing what we was doing.
So he didn't tell the principal or nothing on you or nothing like that?
No. He didn't tell the principal or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe was one of those, he was a security, but he was a real dude. So at the end of the day, he realized, wait a minute, you got this one little light-skinned dude. He got a chick driving and two other chicks. He probably just respected the fact, like, damn, like, this dude really getting down. So no, he didn't tell the principal. I didn't get in no trouble or nothing like that. He didn't even tell my mama. Like, when my mom came to pick me up, he was still there. He didn't even tell her. But by the time we got to school the next day, half the school knew what was going on.
So who told then? If
probably the girls.
Okay. So after that, how did things change for you, man? Like after,
you mean like in school?
Yeah.
It was just like, that's Chris. That's that nasty little dude. And then by the time I got to college, you know, I went to college at 17. So by the time I got to college, it followed me to college because I went to college in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So ended up getting a girlfriend when I first got to school.
What school did you, if you mind asking, was it like at a black college or?
Yeah, I went to Morris Brown College.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Morris Brown back when it was actually open and accredited and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So within the first month, literally within the first 30 days, I got a chick pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You know, yeah, man. First 30 days. So I got a chick pregnant, but her mom was like, look, you 17, she 18, gotta have an abortion. So I literally took my first refund check was like $1,700. I took $400 out of the refund check and paid for the abortion. You know what I'm saying? And then we ended up breaking up, of course.
Okay. All right, and damn. Okay, so then what ended up happening there? Kind of after that.
You mean with just in general, or just
Yeah,
with
in
just
general.
women?
Yeah.
The chick that I had ended up getting pregnant, I caught her in the dorm with another dude. And from that moment right there, I was like, you know what? These chicks ain't shit. And that's when my player shit started. Like I started cheating on her. And I had a couple of chicks at the school or whatever. And then it was like, but I was still young, so I really hadn't came into my own as far as, what works for me as far as women though. But it didn't take me long to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Cause going to a black college and being in the marching band, and we going in and out of state all the time. So we on these band trips, I'm starting to see like, okay, wait a minute. Women is down for this, they down for that, threesomes and all that type of stuff, like kind of started early for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what was your first age that you can remember with the threesome thing?
Like 19.
Man, I was going. I'm like 37. I still ain't had one of them.
Oh, you tripping, O'Shea. Come on, that. Let me tell you something. After you have a threesome, when you wake up the next day, you feel like, nigga, can't nobody tell you shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna tell me something? I just had two women. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my first threesome, I was like 19. Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
I had a good time with that too. You know what I'm saying? But hell, if you really look at it, I guess I really had my first quote unquote threesome at 15 with the two chicks in the
Right.
back of the Astro van. So it was like, and then watching porn, because by that time I was watching porn all the time. So the stuff that I was seeing, I wanted to, like emulate it. I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of how that whole thing started with that.
Okay. Let me do something real quick. My man Eric P. Was this raw dog or did the condom break? I guess you're talking about the pregnancy.
Oh, I was raw, baby. You know what I'm saying? I was raw. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was raw, man. I started off raw. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right, hold on one second. We got 104 watching, man. Thanks everybody getting in the building, man. We got a really good show right now. Chris is bringing the heat, Mr. Law. So give me guys, like the video, man. You got 31 likes. That's unacceptable, man. With only 103, y'all niggas know we out here bringing y'all this real shit, and you niggas ain't even liking the goddamn video, man. You niggas is cheap. Jesus paid it all on the cross, niggas. So go ahead and like the video for free. All right.
Oh man.
But let's get into this whole thing, man. So okay, because the side chick situation, right? When do you remember you had your first okay, after this shit with the chick at the school or whatever? When
Mm-hmm.
did you have your first serious relationship after that?
First serious one, I was still at Mars Brown. I was going with a chick, real cool chick, and she was a major rep. She was a dancing girl, for the band or whatever.
Right.
And I had a little chick that was in the band also, and she was like the first side chick that I had. So, but obviously, I wasn't, we didn't. I ain't never really called it a side chick. You know what I'm saying? It was just like this the other chick that I'm having sex with outside of a relationship. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, but she was a friend. Like we used to smoke together. I used to smoke a lot of weed, so we used to smoke together, and that's kind of how it started. And it was like I never like it for a long time. I didn't understand the concept of being faithful. It was like, how do you just be faithful to one person?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the first that real relationship, like we was together probably like 2 or 3 years, and then like I say, I met this chick that was in the band with us, and we started being cool. So I was having sex with her along with a few other chicks. So it's like I just kind of learned, even though it was wrong, like looking back on it, I learned that hey, you can have a girlfriend and love her, but still have these chicks on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
just because you in love with this person, it don't mean that you don't want to go and have sex with somebody else. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of how that whole process started. Where I was like, I didn't think it was anything wrong with being unfaithful. I really didn't.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this: at any point, did you ever tell the other the girlfriend that you was with, look, I'm fucking with these bras on the side. I got, were you ever honest about the fact that you had somebody on the side, or you was just like, look, I'm trying to get away with this shit. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Did the other people know their positions in, with you?
The other people would always know what was going on. Like I would literally always tell the other chicks, like, hey, I got a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But hell no, I'm not finna tell the girlfriend like you're not gonna have a girlfriend no more. I mean, bro, let's just be real. Like you got some guys out here that they can play that game like that. You know, like yeah, I tell my girlfriend what's going on. Hell nah, bro. I ain't never played the game that way. Like I'm not finna tell the girlfriend, yeah, you know, I got 2 or 3 other hoes on the side. You just don't do that shit. Some people do, you know, and if that's how you run your game, hey, more power to you. But me, no, I would tell the other chicks, yeah, you know, and the reason why I would tell them is so that they would never think that it was more than what it is. Because I didn't want to be going through the thing of having 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships at the same time. Because that number one, economically, that's fucked up. Now you got to buy her some shit, her some shit, her some shit. At least if these chicks know that you already got somebody right here, they ain't really expecting too much. And if they are, you need to get rid of their ass. So if you got a side chick right now currently, and they think that they the main chick because you didn't tell them no different, you tripping. You're gonna be out of all kind of money. You gotta get her nails done. You gotta get her nails done. No, hell no, we ain't doing all that. You always tell the side chick what's going on in your real life. You always tell them. But you tell your girl, unless you like a swinger or something, that's different. Or if y'all are like a polyamorous relationship, that's different. You know what I mean?
Okay, hold on one second. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the brothers donating. It's some niggas in here. Let me tell you niggas something, man. Y'all gonna make me go back to the classic 2016 shit, man. Don't bring him in my fucking chat trying to troll, nigga. Take your ass on somewhere. Go play in traffic. Go play with your mama. Go play with your kids or whatever, nigga. Don't play with me. All right. So if you ain't gonna be in here talking all this bullshit, get your motherfucking ass up out of here. I'm gonna give you one warning. And the next time you ban. So if you ain't gonna contribute, he was doing this. Listen, man. Don't be in here trying to start no beef, bringing no other YouTubers' names in my motherfucking chat, because you will get your ass kicked up out of here like a soccer ball in the World Cup, nigga. I want to tell your motherfucking ass again, Negro.
And I can't even see the chat. So whatever he's saying, hell yeah, amen.
Hey, exactly, man. You niggas is out here, man. Some of you niggas is so lame. Y'all niggas. You niggas is no matter how much lotion you niggas still ashy. That's how much some of you niggas you niggas is hoes, man. For real.
Yeah.
Like you know, you can't even have a good conversation with another nigga without a nigga coming here and wanting to hate. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. Oh my God. Shut your bitch ass up. All right.
What they need to do is stop being lame and soak up some of this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Niggas
maybe that should have changed their life.
Your old Bill Cosby anti-sweater wearing ass. All right, let me go ahead and shout out some of the players, man, that's been donating. BP Thomas Trucking just showing another classic support, another O'Shea class. Thank you, my brother BP Thomas Trucking, man. Riz Jeezy 40, my brother $5. Thank you so much. Robert C. Well, Robster, what's up with you, bro? Harem Game is strong. Marcus A. Brown, peace, everybody. 100. Shout out to my brothers. Get the mics up. What'd you say?
Oh man, now I'm saying, oh man, that man gave you 100. He's soaking up some game. He trying to understand it. You know what I'm saying?
No. He didn't get 100. He just said he gave me $3, but he put 100.
Oh,
but he got $97 more though. If he want to give me, he can. Shout out to my boy, brother. Freelance Runner says the trolls don't need to go home, but they need to get the hell up out of here. We'll give you the boo.
Exactly.
All right, let me get back to this thing, man, because all right, you mentioned something about like a polyamorous and a swinger lifestyle. Now, you know what I'm saying? My man Ghana Dan, he also lives in Atlanta. He got like, you know what I mean, like 35,000 wives and shit. You know what I mean? It's always Atlanta nigga in these polyamorous or, you know what I'm saying, kind of lifestyles. Have you ever participated in the kind of, you know, swinger thing and open relationship type thing like that before?
I was a swinger for like 8 years, man. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely deep into the swinger community. Like I was like at one point, I always tell my wife about this. At one point, I was having threesomes like 2-3 times a week. And if I wasn't doing that, I was literally at the swinger club or at a swinger party. You know what I mean?
Nigga, okay, for us normal niggas out here. Okay. Us normal niggas who will never experience this, man, like this on this level. How the fuck do you even get into this lifestyle, nigga? I know you didn't do this at church, so how the fuck you get into this shit?
Honestly, the first time, again, porn started it all for me. That porn is what sparked my interest as far as any of this shit. But as far as the actual first time I went to a swinger spot, me and a homeboy of mine, we were getting ready to go to work. And when we got there, something had happened and they was like, hey, we're not going to work tonight. So he was from California. And you know, out there in California, like that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's where they make all the porn at for the most part. He was like, bruh, let's go to Trapeze or let's go to a swinger club tonight. And I was like, cool. I always wanted to go to one. So we went. And the first time I went, bro, I didn't get no pussy, period. Because I was in there on some real hunter shit. Like, damn, what's up, baby? Trying to go to the room? And I didn't get nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I was like, damn, bro, we done spent this money to come in here. We ain't going to get none. So, boom, we left. But then I went back like the following week. But I had a different mind frame. I went in there and I was just on chill shit. And once I seen how it really go, you don't talk about sex when you go to a swinger club. Everybody that's there already knows why they're there. All the women know that this is why they're there. They're there because they have an interest in sex, so you don't have to talk about it. And then once I started going to the point where I figured it out, I was going all the time. But then by going all the time, I started meeting women that liked women. So then I'm a friendly person, so I started becoming friends with these women. And next thing you know, it was like, okay, well, she got a friend. What y'all doing tonight? Well, we really didn't want to go out nowhere. Y'all want to come over to my crib and kick it? Boom, threesome, it's going down. Like at one point, I wouldn't even talk to a chick if she wasn't bisexual. That's how I was at one point. Round about, I'm gonna say around like 2009. Man, I slept with so many women in 2009. I don't even remember. I know it was over 100. And I was having yeah.
Let me kind of go back to the first time you went, man. Like, because a lot of dudes don't even know how this shit works. Shout out to my boy Moses because he went to Morehouse. We from the city. I don't think he was doing this shit though. He was busy getting a 3.9 GPA or something like that. So I don't think he was. He went in. He was in the scriptures and shit and reading.
He had time. He had time.
He was reading the Old Testament, Leviticus. But let me talk back about this swinger club, right? So you went in the first time. Like, how much did it cost for you to get in? What's the rules and stipulations and shit, man? Like, break that down for me.
Well, again, this almost 10 years ago when I first went.
Okay.
But if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was like $50 to get in.
Okay.
And the rules are, it's really only one rule. Like, you can't be like overbearing, you know what I mean? So don't be aggressive. And what the one, no means no. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? No means no. Like, you can't sit here and think just because this woman is in here and she has a sexual interest, that means anything goes with her and you can be disrespectful. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the only rule. If you're aggressive to any one of these women, or because swinging is really supposed to be about couples. You know what I'm saying? But in some of these relationships, you got men out here that like to watch their girlfriend or wife be with other men. So I've been approached like that before. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the rule. Don't be aggressive. No means no. And that's pretty much the only rule. Outside of that, it's like a free fall.
Let me ask you about this real quick, man. So I want to talk about, this, like guys wanting you to fuck their chicks and stuff like that. But when you first went to your first swinger club, what was the ratio for men to women?
Way more men than women. That's the creepy part of it. A lot of times you might be in there and there's some old Bill Cosby looking dudes in there walking around with church shoes on and shit and black church socks put up to their knees, and they want to walk around and you trying to have sex over here in the little corner by yourself. They want to stand there and try to jack off and watch you because wait. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Wait. What'd you say, dog?
Yeah, man. Like that's the creepy part of it. Like literally, you might be trying to, like, everybody don't get women. I don't give a fuck if you paid $1,000 to get up in the swinger club. You still might not get nobody. You know what I'm saying? But you got dudes where you over here trying to have sex with a chick. They want to stand there and like they at the crib watching porn. They want to jack off and watch y'all have sex. Like, that's the creepy shit. Like, I've literally had to tell a man, like, hey, bro, you ain't finna stand here and goddamn jack your meat while I'm trying to goddamn do my thing. Like, this not finna happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not with that shit.
Oh my God.
But it happens. It does happen.
Okay. But you said some church shoes on.
Yeah, man. Like it's always gonna be an old, you gotta think, it's always gonna be an old 50-year-old nigga in there walking around that this is, because you got some guys that they can't get women in real life.
Right.
So they'll pay to come to a swinger club because your possibilities kind of go up when you at a swinger club.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like these incel dudes you've been talking to, tell their ass come to Atlanta, go to the swinger club. They gonna probably get some, and they'll calm all that creepy shit they doing down, or they gonna be the nigga over in the corner watching you fuck and they jacking off. It's either one of the two.
Okay, so let me also ask this real quick. All right, I gotta ask this.
Yes, sir.
So what made you want to go back though? Right after the first time you went and you saw it was a whole bunch of niggas, you paid about $50.
Right.
What gave you like the interest to go back again?
Well, for one thing, I'm not a quitter. So when I went the first time and I didn't get none, I said, wait a minute, you ain't finna, nigga, I'm Chris Law, goddammit. You ain't finna tell me, like, you're not finna tell me I just paid a slick 50 to get in here and I didn't get nothing. But I'm looking at dudes sitting here that's actually got women or they getting women. And I knew that my approach was all wrong. I was like, okay, wait a minute, something ain't right. So I literally went home, started going on the internet, like the do's and the don'ts of swinger clubs.
Okay.
And it told me, like, don't go in there overly aggressive.
Okay.
Don't go in there, like, matter of fact, the night that I actually went back and I got some, the Lakers were playing somebody in like it was the playoffs, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they had porn on most of the screens, but on this big screen, they had the playoffs going. So I literally went over there and I sat down by a chick that was watching the game. And O'Shea, I'm sitting there talking to her about the game. And we had such a good conversation about the basketball game. She was like, well, shit, you want to go to one of the rooms and kick it? I was like, hell yeah. It went down. And from there, I knew that, so if I come in here and just talk to these women like regular people,
right,
I'm more prone to get some ass. And from there, once I got my flow, it was going. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was on. And then like with the women outside of these, you know, these creepy dudes watching you, once you get in there and have sex with one woman and some other women see how you putting it down, it's on. Because it's like going to Six Flags, nigga. Everybody want to ride. You know what I mean? For real. And that's what it was. Like at one point, I was one of the who's who in the swinging community in Atlanta. Like I was one of the dudes, and there was a lot of us, but I was one of the dudes where when I came to a party, chicks was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting some of Chris before he leaves." You know what I mean? So yeah, that's for real.
Okay, let me do this real quick. Let me shout out, man. This I knew this was gonna be a good interview, man, but this actually is a fun ass show. Shout out to my man Bonsi Ian. You know what I mean? For the $5 super chat, man. I gotta have Chris on more, man, because this is a lot of interviews you like, okay, whatever. But this is fun, man. I'm having a good time. So, brothers, do me a favor, man. You know what I'm saying? We got 171 of y'all watching, man. I appreciate you, brothers, in here. Shout out to my man Everett Overton. I just need 39 people to like the video, right? And also, for those of you who want to subscribe to Mr. Law 217, all you need to do is go into the description, right? Support our brother. You know what I mean? He's trying to build his YouTube thing up. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of good information for you. So go into the description, subscribe to my brother, man, and hit the bell on his channel so you can be notified when he does put out videos. So I need you brothers to go ahead and support and subscribe to the brother. But Chris, let's talk about this real quick, man. So what do the women, okay, because we know it's niggas in church socks and shit. It could be old niggas looking like Bill Cosby and other things like that. We know them niggas is out there, right? But my thing is this. What do the women look like in these swinger clubs? Are they out there looking busted and stanking? And I mean, what they working with?
It varies. Now, you know, you got some fine. You got some I'm sorry, I had a phone call, excuse me. You got some fine chicks that come, and you got some not so fine chicks that come. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, what people don't know, you get a lot of professional ladies that are really into this. I mean, I've met accountants, I've met lawyers, you know what I'm saying? Like during the day, they might be a cop, you know what I'm saying? But you never can tell. But it's kind of like 50-50. You got some fine ass women that's into this type of shit, but then you got some ugly ones, some fat ones, you got some skinny ones, you know what I mean? So it just, you know, you never can tell.
Okay. So when you got in this community, man, and you was going ham, like how long were you in this community? It was 8 years, right?
Yeah, like 8 years. Yes, sir.
8 years. Okay. So let me ask you this, bro. Like, you know, while you was in the community, man, you know, was you getting hate from other dudes in the community because you was just whacking them off like that, or?
Honestly, I never got hated on. I never got hated on. I mean, occasionally you might have a dude that might be like, "Damn, I wish I were doing it like him," but I don't really take that as hate. You know, I take that as you wish you could get it like me. You know what I'm saying? And I
Okay.
used to tell dudes like, "Look, bro, fuck all that. Come on over here, man. Goddamn, come and kick it over here where I'm at." Because I feel like there's no point in trying to separate myself from you because you ain't getting none. Like the hoes are for everybody. That's how I feel. Like your girl is your girl, your wife is your wife. These hoes are for everybody. You can't cuff these hoes. That's how I feel. You don't cuff these hoes. Like they for everybody. So come on, man, come and get you some too. So yeah, I ain't never really been hated on in the swinger community. Excuse me, in the swingers community. I've had people outside of the swingers community that have frowned upon what I was doing. But
Okay.
I'm like, well, fuck you. You probably want to do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But let me ask you
Yeah.
this because you said that there were dudes, man, that wanted you to fuck their wife or girlfriend.
Swell.
Were there white dudes at these swinger clubs too, or are these all these
Yep.
was okay? Because most
White and black.
okay, what type of dudes would be more willing for you to just like fuck their wife in front of you?
Majority of the ones were white. They probably want to see a black dude fuck their wife. You know what I'm saying? Some shit
Okay,
like that. Like it was one particular dude. He used to come to parties with his wife, and that was his thing. He wanted to sit there and watch her have sex with, like, get gang banged by black dudes, and then he would go home and have sex with her and ask her, you know, what did this guy do? How did you like this? Like, and this ain't something I'm thinking. Like I'm telling you, I asked him one night because I was like, damn, I just watched your woman get smashed by like 10 dudes. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, like they took little intermissions and everything. Like, hey, baby, you need something to drink or something? She was like, no, I'm good. And I asked him one night, I couldn't take it no more. I was like, man, like this is this dude's wife. I said, hey man, let me ask you a question. I said, so what do you get out of this shit? And he was like, he likes to watch her get plowed by all these black dudes and
oh
then go
god,
home and ask her questions about it. And he said that's what he likes. But I ain't gonna lie, I had sex with her too. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I did. You know
was
what I
it good?
mean? It was all right. I
All
don't really like
right,
white women like that. Like, no disrespect. I don't
yeah.
really like white women like that. Like, I'm kind of afraid of white women. So I just kind of did it because she was there.
Okay. No. I feel
Yeah.
you on that. What about okay? In partakes like in pertaining to the black dudes, have you ever
Hmm.
had a black dude like, "Hey, Chris, I want you to smash my wife, nigga"?
Yeah, I have. I was at it was this spot called Club Venus, and the dude that owned it, he ended up killing himself. So R.I.P. to him. But anyway, I went to a party one night. I was by myself, and I used to go to a lot of parties by myself. So I went to this particular party that night by myself, and I was in there chilling. And this lady was walking around. I mean, she was fine as hell, and she looked like she probably was about 10 years older than me, but she was like real fine. So I was in a giving mood, and she walked by me, and I was like, damn, what's up? I was drunk. I ended up eating her out like right there in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? And later on that night, I was having sex with this other chick. And when I got through, I didn't even know that she was in there with a dude. But her dude came up to me and was like, hey, man, my wife said she had fun with you earlier when y'all was downstairs. So she want to fuck. Is it cool? And I was like, yeah, it's cool. Like, she was fine. He was like, but is it cool if I watch? And I told him the truth. I said, bro, that's a little gay to me. You know what I'm saying? That's a little, that shit kind of creeped me out. But I was drunk. So I was like, all right, come on, let's go. But he didn't sit there and jack off and that. He just kind of just sat there. He watched me tie into his wife. You know what I'm saying? That's how it went down. But that shit happened like, I'm saying at least twice where I literally had a guy come up and say, hey man, my wife, she interested. You know what I'm saying? You want to, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I tell your wife up. I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
yeah, I tell your wife up. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Oh my god. Shout out to brother. Oh, what brother? Wake the hell up, brother O'Shea. Shout out to you and Mr. Laws did a response video on your hard work. Keep up the great work, family. These women into basic instinct. Shout out to my brother. Wake the hell up. Shout
Yeah.
out to him. Let me talk to you about this. So, okay, once you having these relationships with, I mean, you smashing these different chicks. Um, does is there ever a time where any of these women want more, something more?
I've had the problem maybe once or twice where they get caught up in the and again, anything I'm saying, I'm not trying to like boast and brag or anything like that, but you got some people that's good at fixing cars. Well, I'm good at fucking chicks. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you do have those occasional times where I've had a couple chicks that they got so wrapped up in what I was doing with them that they mistook what I was doing for some sort of love or something. And I had to really just sit them down and say, "No, baby, like I only know one way to do it, and I know the right way to do it." You know what I'm saying? And you have those problems, but communication is everything. So the way that I would kind of get past it, I joke a lot. Even though I'm telling the truth, I joke around a lot. I make women comfortable. So I would just make them feel comfortable and talk to them. Be what's the word? Kind of cater to their feelings a little bit because I realize what they probably going through, and then we'll get past it. You know what I'm saying? So every now and again, you would find that occasional woman that would just get caught up in, you having fun. I'm talking to you. I'm not treating you like a hoe, even though we doing hoish shit. But I'm not treating you like that. I'm not judging you for nothing you doing. You know what I'm saying? So, women they get emotional like that sometimes. I never got it like that though. I never got caught up with anybody as far as like feelings wise. I never did.
Okay. Shout out to K Love. Cuckolding is rampant in these streets. Shout out to Tony Mason in the building. Guys, 200 people watching right now. I'm going to go ahead and promote my brother, Mr. Law 217's YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and get the likes up, brothers. You know what I'm saying? 15 more will get us up to 100, right? That's 50% of the podcast. So if you're just coming in, make sure you like the video. Let me talk to you while you were doing, you know what I'm saying, what you were doing in the swinger community. Were you also running into chicks like that were not in the community that you were establishing some kind of rapport with?
Yes, always. Wait a minute. So you mean like they wasn't part of the swinger community, but I was messing with them too?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely would meet a lot of what I used to call them like regular chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But what used to be crazy was even the regular ones, I've always been open. So I would just tell them what I was doing. And what you think they'd be like, well, I want to go see too. Next thing you know, boom, we at the swinger club too. Like that used to be my first date a lot of times. Like, hey, you want to go check this shit out? And we end up in there.
So let me ask you this: did any of them ever get turned out into swinging, like fucking other dudes or
Yes.
something like that?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Like I even had a couple of chicks where they had never been with a woman before and was like totally against it. Like I remember one chick in particular, she was totally against messing with women, right? But we had got so cool, and our first date, we ended up going to like a sex store, and then we ended up going to a swinger club. You know what I mean? And we ended up having sex the first night we actually went out. But she was never into women. But then one night we was at the swinger club and we was having sex, and this other chick that wanted to holler at me anyway came over there and started messing with her. Next thing you know, she been with a chick, but then she got in the car on the way to the crib, and she started crying, and I felt so bad. I was like, man, why are you crying? And she was like, I just never thought that I would mess with a woman, and I can't believe I did that. And I was like, well, it wasn't my fault. She like, no, it's not your fault. I just can't believe I did that. And I was really hurt by it because I was like, damn, I wasn't trying to like, I didn't try to like influence her to do it. It was, it was just like in the moment. You know what I mean? And I've had chicks that never been with more than one guy at the same time, but end up coming up. Like I had one chick, like we was real cool. I met her online, and it was this website back in the day called Tagged, Tagged. I met a lot of women off of there, but this one particular chick, I met her, and she had never been with two guys at the same time, and it was my birthday, and she ended up coming over to the house, and we were chilling, and she ended up having sex with me and my homeboy. You know what I mean? But she didn't feel bad about it though at all. She was like, "Well, it was for your birthday, so I did it." You know what I'm saying? But I didn't ask her to do the shit. She started doing it.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
let's talk about. I mean, any relationships while you were in the swinging thing. Were there ever any? And shout out to Wake the Hell Up again for the super chat of 3 hours. Was there ever a time in the relation, in your swinging thing that you started to get into like a serious relationship with somebody?
Yeah, I actually one night, me and my partner, we had these two chicks at my apartment. So we had been drinking Bacardi 151. Anybody that's ever drunk
Woo!
Bacardi, Yeah. So you already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You can
And I
like
had never,
put that on fire, nigga. Light that up. That's the
right.
strong.
I had never drunk it before. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, bro, let's go all the way tonight. I was like, what you talking about? He was like, let's drink this 151. I was like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. So we had 2 chicks at the crib, and I'm drinking the 151, man. And I don't know if you call it an epiphany or a revelation, but I started crying, and I was like, wait a minute, some got to be wrong with the fact that I'm able to get 2 chicks over here at any time I want to and have threesomes and orgies and all this shit. And that night, I said, you know what, I'm done with this swinging shit. What I thought I was, and I ended up starting to holler at this chick I went to college with, and me and that chick, we got together. And I was trying to pull myself up out of that swinging shit, but I kind of fell back into it. But I was in love with this chick. You know what I'm saying? I ended up marrying that chick. We didn't stay married but like a year. But I ended up just, I ended up fully immersing myself back into it. But even when I was doing that and I was with this woman, I still knew how to separate my feelings. Like I was in love with her, heart-wise and mentally. But sexually, I still wanted to be, out here messing with all these other women. You know what I mean? Again, was it wrong? Hell yeah. But you live and you learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me do this real quick. We got 206 people. Shout out to my brother Eric P. Dr. Deacon Eric P. Mr. Law. Ever thought about being a professional gigolo? If you're good at something, might as well get paid for it. So what you say
Nah,
about that, brother?
nah, man, I ain't never thought about that. Plus, I'm married, man. I've been married 6 years. I haven't been swinging in these 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Did I bring it up to my wife? Hell yeah, I brought it up. You know what I mean? But I can't be no. You know what? Me and my wife do joke around a lot about that shit. Like, if you ever want to make some extra money, you need to go out here and start selling some dick. You know what I mean? But I would never do that. I would never do that.
Shout out to Cornelius Edwards, my boy out of Memphis. $10. Shout out to Kenny Blanco. Thank you, brother. Sinful and this dude are on point. I appreciate all the donations, man. That you brothers come through and support. And again, this is Mr. Law 217, man. Like I said, this is a great talented black YouTube man because he got some stories for your ass. So I need you brothers to go into the description, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the channel. Actually, if you're in the chat right now, do me a favor. I'm posting all his YouTube stuff right there in the chat, so you can go right there in the chat, click on his channel, subscribe, and then hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever he uploads. But let me ask you this: like, you fell in love with a chick, right? So I want to know is what made you fall in love with her that made her different than everybody else?
I thought she was different. You know what I mean? Like, because for that moment, I was trying to be different. So I thought she was different. Like, she had a good job. I'm not saying like that's a characteristic of a woman that wouldn't have been, good if they didn't have it. But she had a good job, no kids, had her own place, just like me. You know what I mean? And the conversations we were having were not just about sex. Like, I actually enjoyed her conversation. I enjoyed her company. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just about sex, because that's what I kept falling into that same pattern of any woman I met at that time. If it wasn't about sex immediately, I had no interest in it. Mm-hmm. But this woman was actually able to keep my interest, and it wasn't just about sex. Like, we talked about, mind unraveling shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's and for me, that's huge. I got to be able to communicate with a woman and be able to really talk to them for me to really feel them. Like, me and my wife have major conversations about real life stuff, So that's what kind of keep me, because, even with, like, we're in a marriage, everybody knows sex may be a huge key to a successful relationship, but it's just a component. Like, you got to have other shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let me also kind of get into this, because you said you were doing, what I'm saying, you had some side chicks and stuff. So how are you dealing with being married to the new, obviously you're newly married. How did you deal with still dealing with the other side of the game, like wanting to still mess with women, and were there any issues with these side chicks ever wanting to talk to your wife and stuff like that? So let's kind of get into the do's and don'ts. Go answer that question. Then we kind of get into do's and don'ts, that way.
Well, for one thing, when you married or got a girlfriend that you truly care about, but you want to have the whole side chick thing going on, You gotta move. Excuse me. You gotta move like a ninja. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be like in stealth mode at all times. You gotta weigh your options. Like, is this chick worth it? You know what I'm saying? So one thing is for sure, you always have to make sure the side chick has to know her place. Like for anybody, if you do go and subscribe to my channel, I got a whole series about the do's and don'ts of side chicks. Your side chick has to know her place. That's number one. You got to make sure that that side chick knows that, hey, there is no way in fuck that we are ever going to be together. And if we do end up together, I'm not going to leave my marriage or my situation for you. If me and my woman end up breaking up, hey, that's just a formality of the situation. And then maybe me and you will end up together later on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I would always move. Like, number one, she can have your phone number, but don't never, ever let her know where you live. Unless like in my case, when I first was about to get married, I still had my own place and she had her own place. So we had to figure out, which one of us was gonna, dissolve where we stayed at to move in with the other. But you never, like, I always made sure that my wife was covered. She knew where I was supposedly gonna be at. You know what I mean? You gotta really, like, they always say that the way men cheat and the way women cheat is two different things. Well, I always cheated or had a side chick and I used a female's way. You got to plan that shit. Like just popping up tonight talking about, oh, I'm getting ready to go fuck this bitch tonight. Don't do that shit. You better plan that shit 2 or 3 days ago because you're going to fuck around. You're gonna get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would move, like a ninja. Like I was in like espionage, like real stealth assassin mode. You know what I mean? Real particular about my movements. Whatever patterns I already had, keep them same patterns. You know what I'm saying? And also always be able to answer your phone. If you can't answer your phone around that side chick, get rid of her. Because you don't want to be in the car with your side piece and then your chick call and this chick don't even really know nothing about your side piece. Now she trying to cough and shit. You know what I'm saying? She trying to, hey Chris, she trying to talk to you like, come on, man. In the background. Yeah, like what the fuck are you doing? Now you got a cold all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So you got to move correctly. You know what I'm saying? And respect the situation. Because even though people might not think of it in this way, just because you got a side chick, that don't mean you don't have respect for your for the person you're in a relationship with. And that go for men and women, because you got side chicks and you got side dudes. You got to respect your situation. Don't get caught slipping. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me just, and shout out to Big Willie, man. I appreciate you, brother. $2. Great interview. Just subscribe to you, Chris Law. Shout out to you. And no problem. Anything that helps the movement. I appreciate anybody who super chats. People, I know everybody don't have it or whatever like that. But I do appreciate you, brothers, man, when you like the video. And I always like to see new people that support the stream, whether it's $1. You guys know, man, we're trying to bring the best content on Black YouTube over here, man. It's hard work doing these motherfucking streams. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my brothers out there, my big bro High Def. But let me kind of get to this real quick, man. I gotta talk to you about this because a lot of people know about side chicks, but have you ever been a side nigga to somebody?
Yes.
Okay, what did you learn, about women and the nature of their personalities and how they operate by being a side nigga to a female?
Women are very sneaky, number one. Not all of them, just, some women are very sneaky, number one. And pussy can convince a nigga anything. You know what I'm saying? Like the chick that I was her side dude, she had her dude actually thinking that I was just her friend. Like we were just best friends. And I was knocking his chick off like damn near more than he was. You know what I'm saying? Like it was times where I would be over her crib. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go back. So the first time I met her dude or whatever, like she had told him all about me. Like, yeah, this is Chris. This is my homeboy, but he had never seen me. You see what I'm saying? He just heard me on the phone and shit like that. So I was like, damn, like I'm actually gonna meet this dude today. So he walks in because I was already at her apartment because he was at work. So he walks in and the look on his face was like, wait a minute, this your friend? Like, not saying nothing big about me, but look at me. Do I look like I'm gonna be your woman's friend? You know what I'm saying? So, but she convinced him that, yeah, I was, this is my homeboy, because she's from California. She's from LA. And she was down here for a long time. But throughout every relationship that she had, I was always Chris. That's my homeboy. But like literally, it was times where me and her be laying in the bed getting at it. The nigga might call and say, "Hey, what you doing?" "Oh, me and Chris over here just chilling." He be like, "What's up, Chris?" I be like, "What's up, nigga?" And I'm over there butt ass naked. You know what I'm saying? like, yeah, man. Like women be on some conniving shit too. It ain't just us. It ain't just us.
Let me tell you, man. Bro, this shit. This what you just talked about. A bitch tried that with me. I ain't gonna tell you when, but
Okay.
To save some people's identities. But the
I got you. I
situation
understand.
had a chick. Actually, I was since I've been living in Europe. I'll say that, and she had the nerve to call a nigga that basically was her quote unquote best friend. And and I'm like, well, this is really your best friend. Like, you don't really have to tell me about this nigga, but she had the nerve to call this nigga on the phone with me, speakerphone when he answers the phone. Oh, he has a girlfriend. At the end of the day,
Shit don't matter.
I'm like, bitch, you fucking this nigga.
Yeah.
This is a nigga that you want to fuck.
Nah, men and women cannot be friends. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
And she had a big old
Somebody
fat ass too. So so I'm like, all right, bitch. You know what I mean? She was talking about, oh, she when she goes back to the States, she want to stop in New York and she's gonna stay at this guy's house for like 2 weeks.
What?
Don't, bro, come on, and you already know me. I'm like, number one, bitch, I have a website called negromanosphere.com. Like, this is what I deal in. Like,
come on now.
You already know the ugly nigga done been down this block 15 times.
Facts. Because I'm ugly. I understand. I've been ugly all my life. I understand.
Nigga kicked her out so good, nigga. She said, I never have been broke up with a dude. I don't know, to this day, I'm probably anybody fucking her right now because she got broke. Like, if an ugly nigga like me with these glasses break up with you, bitch, you will never rebound off of that shit. Like, there's no, she's probably getting fucked by everybody right now because she ain't got no
self-esteem. She's scarred for life. She's scarred for life.
Oh, got to. Yeah. So a nigga like me that break up with you, bitch, and you look like that, oh, it's over. So,
but that's bullshit though. Too. Come on, man. Hell no. Of course she fucking
stay there. You know what I mean, with him. I'm like, but don't he got a girlfriend? Oh, but she ain't gonna be tripping. Bitch, I don't even make no sense. So,
wait a minute. So him and the girlfriend, they was living together?
No, she was saying, she was like, well, I'm gonna stay with him, right? And so I was like, but don't he got a girlfriend? How the girlfriend gonna feel about it? Well, she gonna have to deal with it.
Oh no, they was fucking all the time. He was nothing in her house. Goddamn, you know what I mean? He was doing all type of shit to her.
That's why I gave this bitch the boot.
Damn right. You got to. Amen. You got to.
The boot.
Like, I've been that guy where a woman has went out with a guy, got drunk off his dime, she full, and I'm getting that text while she's leaving the restaurant with the guy like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "Shit, at the crib, chilling." "Oh, well, I just went out with this guy. I'm fucked up. Can I come over there?" Like, women do fucked up shit like that, dog. They do it. That's just reality. They do it. And men out here thinking that, they just trusting their woman, but I don't trust shit. I'm married, I love my wife, but I don't trust shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't never know. And I know this is off the subject. Men, we have more to worry about than what women do. You know why? Because we got to worry about men trying to fuck you, bitch, and you got to worry about another woman trying to fuck you, bitch. You got to worry about all that shit.
Oh, yeah, all of that.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit to deal with as men in a relationship. Like, a woman ain't really got to worry about a man fucking a dude. Like you kind of would know 9 times out of 10, but you ain't really got to worry about about a man fucking another man. Like, you really ain't got to worry about that shit. But with dudes, we got to worry about this dude at her job and the bitch at her job that I always want to goddamn, hey, let's go get a drink after work. She trying to eat your wife out, nigga. Cheese. That's what's going on.
Let me talk to you about that real quick. Hold on, me shout out to brothers. Prince Marcel, thank you, brother. 989 super chat. My brother, wake the hell up. LOL O'Shea. These women love slideshows, brother. And the thing about it is like, before we get into this, I wanted to make this last point. These bitches always come up with some shit that's not believable. And when it's not believable, they try real hard to convince you that the shit is believable. That's how you know. Okay, bitch, you lying. You know what I'm saying?
You lying like hell. You trying too hard.
Because you like, it's like, it's almost like Johnny Cochran convinces, you know what I mean? Judge, you know, the OJ didn't do that shit. That's what they start doing. No. And they'll try to, you know, you sitting here like, damn, bitch, 1 + 1 is not 17. Yes, it is. This is how.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You be like, no, it ain't.
I'm like, bitch, I'm ugly, but I'm not stupid, bitch. You know
That's what I
mean?
tell them all the time. Like, I was born at night, not last night. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You can't tell me that the sky is green. Bitch, it's blue. It's actually gray right now because it's raining. But I mean, come on, man. Like, but that's why I said that too. I said at the beginning, pussy can convince some dudes that the sky is red. Some dudes are like that. Me, I ain't never been blinded by pussy before, so I don't know how that feels.
Let me ask you this: did she ever get caught?
Nope.
She still with the dude today?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a while. I don't know what they got going on.
Okay. Freelance says, yeah, man, you know, who's the lesbians be circling the budget. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a situation where you was dealing with a chick that was in a relationship with a female and you was a side nigga and she was cheating on the side with you?
No, I've never had that.
Never had that.
Damn.
One. Okay.
I feel like I missed out on some shit, O'Shea. I never had that.
Okay.
But I can imagine that definitely. I know that happens because I feel like most women that mess with women, you still a fucking dude too. Mm-hmm. You will. Most of them, even the big time studs, you catch them by themselves. Y'all been drinking and y'all chilling. They'll let you fuck.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever did it before?
With a stud?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Can't look like me and I fuck. I can't do it. Can't do it. Like, and I've seen like one pretty stud before. Would I had done it? Yes, I'd have did her because she was a stud, but she had a fat ass and she was beautiful. But I was like, damn, like, you know, she was, you know, I didn't get my chance, but I would have did it though with her, just her.
Let me ask you this: have you ever had a side chick? You ever been caught? You know what I'm saying? Where a side chick tried to, you know what I'm saying, you was off your game, tried to sabotage your situation ever?
Nope, never been caught.
Never been caught. Do you know any stories of somebody who has been caught?
Definitely. I got a partner who used to get caught all the time. I used to tell this nigga, like, maybe you just need to stop, bro. Like, obviously, this is not your shit. Like, you know, stop cheating. Like, he used to get caught with, like, dumb shit. Like, number one, your side chick has to know what times not to call you.
Right.
You can't be calling this man at 3 o'clock in the morning. If your tire goes flat while you're out, call somebody else. Don't call him. Or rather, don't call me. If you're my side chick and your tire go flat 3 o'clock in the morning, you fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm not, no. You know what I mean? But my partner used to get caught all the time. Phone ringing while he sleep. He forget to put the phone on silent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put your phone on silent or something. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to be able to delegate you got to delegate your chicks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, hey, you know I got a woman. Don't call my phone after I go to the crib. You know what I'm saying? I'll hit you up tomorrow. But yeah, honestly, I've never been caught. I can say I got caught if you want to say this constitutes getting caught. I got caught with a text message in my phone of a chick sending me some titties, but I mean, shit. It was some titties. I didn't fuck.
So how did you get out of that?
I was like, I didn't fuck. I didn't even, like, you could look at the text. I didn't even ask for the picture. It was like, do you see me on here asking for a picture? That shit was like, hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, what's going on with you? Hey, I want to show you something. What? Boom, picture of your titties. I didn't ask for that.
Did you hit it though?
Yeah, I fucked it. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ask for it. But what was crazy, I hadn't fucked her at that time. I had fucked her like years before. It was like she was somebody that just caught back up with me. And ended up sending me a picture of her tits, but I didn't ask for that shit. So where am I wrong at? Right. I didn't do shit. That's how I feel.
Okay.
And women like pictures too. Women like to send pics, and women like looking at dick pics. They do.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick, man. Hold on, let me do this, guys. We got 250 people watching. Keep the donations coming, brothers. I appreciate you. Keep the likes coming up on the videos. 133 likes. Now, who has not subscribed to Mr. Law 217? I need you to press 7 in the chat because I want to get my brother, man, getting some subscribers up here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know this is the hub of the collaborations, man. So I need you brothers to go into the chat, subscribe, hit the bell on the video. Hit the subscriber to his channel in the chat. I'm posting it there. Hit the bell on this channel so therefore when he comes on, you can check him out. But let me ask you this real quick. What were we just talking about just now? I'm sorry.
About women like getting dick pics and they like sending pics out, like sexting.
Okay, because women will act like that's the biggest turnoff in the world.
Bullshit.
Why do you say it's bullshit?
Because I've been asked for pictures of my dick so many times. I mean, it's like, not now. Again, some people like peach pie, some people don't. So of course, you always gonna have somebody who they that may be a turnoff for them. But for any guy that's out here in these streets and you being a player, always keep a dick pic in your phone. You never know. You never know when you gotta show it. You gotta send it out. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
Yeah, you gotta keep one because it's a lot of women that like seeing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They do. But you got a lot of women out here they're so uncomfortable with the subject of sex and things like that. They don't know how to just say that shit. So you kind of, throw a little bit of hints in there and see what they're talking about. But I'm gonna say more so than not, they want to see that shit. They do. And women always like taking pictures. So women keep a nice little pic in their phone usually of their stuff too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I would agree with that. So let me ask you this: like, have you ever? Do you ever send it with? Have you ever sent a picture like that without being? Because some dudes, man, on Facebook, some of these brothers be going ham, nigga. Just
some of that shit be tripping me out. You all in their inbox just sending dick pics. Yeah, like see it. You ain't even said hey to the woman. You like fuck it. I'm gonna send a dick pic first. Like nigga, you're out. Like come on. Yeah. Now in a case like that, yeah, that's creepy. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never just sent a dick pic just to do it. I have sent a dick pic by accident, but it turned out to be good. You know what I'm saying? So I meant to send it to another chick, but made a mistake and sent it to the wrong chick because their name was like one after the other.
Mm-hmm.
And the chick that I made a mistake and sent it to was like, oh, damn, you know what I'm saying? And it was on after that, like, oh well, shit, okay. I made a mistake, but it worked. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah, that's happened. But I've never sent one and had a woman be like, ugh, why the hell did you send me that? No, I ain't never had that happen.
Let me ask you real quick. When it comes to the Atlanta culture, right? Because a lot of guys, the way you're breaking it down, man, it's like, some of the experiences we hear about in Atlanta, necessarily might not happen in like, Sacramento or in, what I'm saying, some other parts of the city. So of the world, do people from other places, man, talk to you like, man, that don't happen here. That's not possible here. Do you hear that too?
I hear that a lot. Like I say, in Atlanta, that's just kind of how we brought up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but other places like fucking Idaho or Nebraska, but shit, even down to like the rural parts of Georgia, like I can't think of any place, like Columbus, Georgia, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Like it goes down in Atlanta. Like in Atlanta, like it you can talk about it, but if you ain't never been here to see it, man, it goes down in Atlanta. Like I say, I grew up during that Freaknik era. I've seen chicks fucking on the side of the street. You know what I mean? I've seen that. I've seen women driving down the street, take all their goddamn clothes off, standing up out the sunroof. That's how we was raised. Like it's kind of like Miami. Like, when 2 Live Crew was out, Luke and all of them.
Right.
Like that's the culture. The culture in cities like Miami and Atlanta and like Vegas and New Orleans. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the culture. But I think right now, Atlanta is just, as you say, like your channel is the hub.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta is the hub. Like we're the central part of it. That's why like the AIDS epidemic is so rampant in Atlanta right now. Like it's a lot of sex going on in Atlanta. Like they got porn companies in Atlanta now. Women moving to Atlanta to be strippers. They moving to Atlanta to be all the IG models, nigga, they come through Atlanta majority of the time.
Mm-hmm.
This where they at. So growing up, like, sex is huge in Atlanta. Like, I remember times where I didn't make it to class in college, where because I'm driving and it's a chick at the bus stop, or I go inside the store to get some blunts. It's a chick at the store getting some blunts. And I say, damn, baby, what you getting ready to do? Go smoke? You want to go smoke with me? Man, you with that bitch for the rest of the day, having sex. You just met her. Like, a one night stand is like putting your clothes on in Atlanta.
Even today.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm not doing that now, but
Right.
hell yeah, it's still like that now. Hell yeah. It's probably worse. It's probably worse in Atlanta now. Like, I know for a fact the swinging community has taken on a new face now in Atlanta. Like, now it's fashionable to go to swinger parties and swinger clubs. Like, that shit that they talk about on Facebook every day. Like, that's supposed to be like that's the status quo now in Atlanta. Oh, I'm at a swinger party.
Okay.
Might not even be doing shit, but you was there.
All right. Let me ask you, as far as, where you are now, I know that you're, in a relationship now, married for many years. What made you, because you fell back into the swinging thing, and then you got married. Like, what made you say, all right, I'm gonna just, get married and stuff, and stop this lifestyle?
Well, me and my wife that I'm with, we've been married twice. Like, first time I got married, I was like 23 years old.
Uh-huh.
I used to, I guess I could talk about it now, obviously. I just sell a lot of drugs, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger. I went to school and all that, never been locked up for no felonies. And I tell people all the time, just because you got a felony, that don't make you real. The name of the game is don't get caught. So if you selling dope and you doing bullshit and you getting caught, that's not the thing for you to be doing. You know what I'm saying? The smart criminal is the one that don't get caught. That's just how I feel. But anyway, when I got married the first time to my wife, who I'm back with now, I was selling drugs. I was constantly going out of town, taking stuff to different cities and states and stuff, and messing with all kind of women. But I knew that particular woman was always the one for me. We ended up breaking up. I was cheating. Came home the next day. I never made it home. I fell asleep at a chick house. I woke up. My wife was blowing my phone up. I got to the crib. We got into it. I cussed her out. She cussed me out. I was like, fuck it. I'm cheating anyway. And I left. You know what I'm saying? So we wasn't together. Matter of fact, that whole duration of time when I was swinging for those 7-8 years, that was right after me and her, had got divorced or whatever. And like I say, got into the whole swinging thing. End up marrying somebody else. So did my wife now. She married somebody else. But we both got divorced around the same time, but I didn't know it. But I always kept in touch with my wife over the years because I always knew that I had a genuine love for her. I always knew that I could trust her. And I just loved her so much. So after I got divorced, one day I was at work and I said, man, let me call her and see what she's doing. And this was December 2011. I called her. She answered the phone like, hey, what you doing? We started talking. And I was like, yeah, she was like, well, how's your wife? I said, I actually just got divorced. I had got divorced probably like 6 months before. And she said, damn, for real? She said, I'm divorced now too. I was like, for real? And she was like, yeah. And I said, damn. I said, I wouldn't mind seeing you. And she said, well, I'm going to a party later on tonight. And she said, I may text you when I leave the party. Maybe I'll come by. I said, okay. So I'm not thinking she coming by, O'Shea. So I already got a little something at the crib. We doing our thing. And my wife texted me. She was like, hey, what you doing? I'm looking at the text like, oh, shit. So I told the chick I was with, I said, hey, you're going to get the fuck out of here because I believe goddamn my first wife finna come by. And the chick already knew about my first wife because I always used to talk about her. And my wife came over that night, and we've been back together ever since. Haven't left each other's side since that day.
Damn. So you told the chick, like, my wife coming over here, you need to get the fuck out.
Yeah, I was like, my first wife getting ready to come over here right now. You got to go. And she understood. She already understood. So she left. I tried to spray the sheets down with Lysol and shit, you know what I'm saying? And made the bed up, cleaned up a little bit. She came over. We didn't have sex or nothing the first night she came over, but she came over. I was nervous. I was so nervous I was sweating because I hadn't seen her. You know what I'm saying? And she walked in that door, and we've been together ever since. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like some storybook shit almost. Yeah. And I knew from that day, like I changed my phone number. I knew from that day, I was like, you know what? I'm never cheating again. No more swinging. And that was it.
Do you feel? I mean, obviously, the lifestyle of the swinger. I mean, I know you've been married for 6 years, but sometimes is it something that you miss because did you actually love it, or did you just was doing it because?
Oh, I loved it. Hell yeah, I loved it all the way. Every now and again, you know what I'm saying, I get a little thought of something that, might have happened at a party. But as far as like missing it, nah. She asked me that too. I don't miss it. I know I did for anybody that don't know, I own a security company.
Mm-hmm.
So about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, a friend of mine was like, "Hey man, what you doing tonight?" And I was like, "Shit, I'm chilling." He was like, "You want to go and do some work?" I was like, "Hell yeah, we can go make some money." You know what I'm saying? I'm always down to make some money. And I was like, "Where we going?" He was like, "A friend of mine having a house party." Well, it was a fucking swinger party. And I'm in there working. And what made me really realize that I was done with that shit, the smells that I was smelling,
Mm-hmm.
like the condoms and the pussy I was like, I used to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was in there like, I can't believe I used to do this shit. And then like, and yeah, that, it didn't like completely turn me off. It just made me think about what I used to do. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, I ain't doing this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if me and my wife ever have some kind of experience like that, then cool. But if we don't, I'm good. I never have to do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, do me a favor, man. You know, we got brother Law up in this, man, Mr. Law, man. Y'all need to go ahead on and you know what I'm saying, get the likes up on the video. I really appreciate you guys, man. Like I've been trying to give more content out and get more interviews. I'm still behind on a lot of shit, man, I'm trying to do. But I will get to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, brothers. Keep the likes coming up. All right, keep the likes coming up. He said, but does he smell? So
Huh? But does who smell me?
no. But does he? So because
Yeah, but this is yeah,
but
but
does
this
he?
should be
Yeah,
smelling. Yeah.
yeah, man.
And condoms stink. I don't know if how y'all feel about it, but I cannot smell. I can't stand the smell of condoms. I hate it.
Right. You John Wayne smell like a sperm bank. Let's
Mm.
do me a favor, brothers. Give me one more like, man. I need y'all to go. Like I said, keep going to the description, man, and subscribing to Chris in the chat. And like I said, man, I know we was been supposed to do a show, brother. You know what I'm saying? I've
Yeah,
been trying to knock them down. I've been in this dumbass class, and you know these niggas is long winded on these group hangouts.
yeah. I be seeing them, man. You be having it going. I be like, damn, look at this dude.
Yeah, man, and you know I'm living all the way out the United States and the time difference and shit, and trying to
Right.
get everybody in, but you know running the site, running my classes and everything, man. So you know, but I was I wanted to I knew who you were back from the obviously the Minister Jab situations and days.
Right.
And shout out to my man. Yes, Jonas. What up? What's up? What's up with your player? Oh shit, what's really good, bro? What's going on, my man? Yes, he actually out in Atlanta too.
Oh
Uh,
shit, what's happening?
yeah, shout out to Yes, man. So he's doing this thing. He's been doing going to Brazil. Now that's the thing, man. Like,
Tell
have
him be
you
careful over there, man.
man? Listen, I just got back from there last month for the first time.
I'm scared of that.
Well, if you live in Atlanta, nigga, it can't get no worse than that.
I guess so. So I guess you got a
yeah,
point. But
yeah.
I always been scared of Brazil. I had a homeboy that he contracted AIDS from going to Brazil, man. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
Yeah,
really?
he died like for real. That's true story. This man, he was man. I ain't gonna tell all his business. Like I say, RIP to him. But he was going to Brazil on a regular basis, going over there having sex with them chicks, and I guess he went raw or something. Man caught AIDS. He died, man.
Damn, how old was he?
At that time, let me see. How about that? He probably about 35, 36.
Shit.
Yeah, I was like 31. Yeah, he probably about 35, 36.
Damn. Well,
Yeah, sorry to, what I'm saying. I hope that don't scare you from going, but you know what I'm saying.
well, shit, I already went over there. That was good though.
Hope he was careful. You know what I'm saying. But
Well, if I die, you already know.
we already know what happened.
Yeah, you know what's up. So again, man, yeah, STDs are real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never had one. Like really, luckily, and I always look back and be like, because I threw my dick on the dice table plenty of nights, but I never crapped out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I never caught nothing. And even to this day, I still be like, damn. But the Lord was walking with me through all that fucked up shit I was doing. Nigga, I was out here like head first. You know what I'm saying?
Right, eating pussy and everything, nigga, just
Man, what you
randomly.
talking about, man? Shit. Yes, professional. Expert. You know what I'm saying?
Expert.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So, man, I didn't know. I mean, I knew it was gonna be a good show, but man, I gotta get you back, man. You came on here, man, and you know what I'm saying. You really kept it lit, man, and it was entertaining as a motherfucker, which I thought it was gonna be, but it was actually more entertaining than what it was. So, shout out to my man Chris Law, man. Is anything that you want to say, man, before we get up out of here? Or
Like I say, man, I hope everybody enjoyed it. You know, the way
oh,
I'm
this is a
talking on
blast.
here, that's how I talk on my channel. I'm raw and uncut, ain't nothing off limits. I kind of try to put up content, maybe like I don't really have like a schedule for it. It's more so like when I feel it, that's when I put it out. Like if I like anything I'm putting out is one take. I'm just going. I talk about more than sex. You know what I'm saying? So I got different things on the channel. So I do talk about more than that. Like I say, if y'all feel like it, just go subscribe to the channel, man. I'm up and coming, trying to see how far we can go with this. And I just appreciate O'Shea bringing me on, man. I had a good time.
Yeah, man, and we're gonna get you, more involved on these panels, man. So like I said, brothers, I've been trying to do I've been trying to do more. I've been getting the demands like you make your shows longer, do more shows. But y'all niggas, man, I put so much content up, man. It'd be hard to really, what I'm saying, get to everything. But brothers, we gonna keep y'all with the best content, man. We got some really talented brothers out there because just because somebody don't have a lot of subscribers, don't mean that thing lit. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Law, he just started now, really, but you know what I'm saying? He got some
Yeah, I just
shit for
started
your
like in
ass.
April. Yeah, I just started this channel. I think it said April 23rd. I got like 352 subscribers. I mean, I
You
think I'm
got
doing
like
okay for what, 3 months?
hell yeah, you got like more than that now. Shit, I only had 2,500 subscribers after like 18 months. So it
Well,
took
that's
me.
damn. That damn near 2 years.
Yeah, it took me a long time. You know what I'm saying? So it do take time. So brothers, I just appreciate all of y'all, man. Support your we like I said, this thing is, we get more new content creators, you know what I'm saying? They got different life experiences. I never interviewed a person before in the swinger community, but again, brothers, I appreciate you guys. We might have a show tonight, man, on when I get back on this whole what's this dude's name, man? This dude that has the real estate fund out.
The who?
uh this brother, man, Jay Morrison. You heard about
I
him?
never heard of him. No, I never
Yeah,
heard of
he's a
him.
dude that raised like $10 million for the Tulsa real estate fund.
Damn.
So
Yeah, I
people
need to hear
saying,
about him.
yeah, people talking about, you know what I'm saying, he's scamming and shit like that. So
Oh,
so
there's a
we
lot
gonna
of that going on these days, though. It's a lot of it's a lot of ways to make some money scamming. There's a lot of people doing that. I'm scared of it personally.
right.
I ain't fucking with no anything like scamming and banks and credit card fraud, man.
Oh
I,
no,
mm,
you getting years
hell no,
behind
ain't
that.
fucking with it. Exactly. I went to jail for 2 days. That was enough for me. You know what I'm
Young Jay
saying?
said two. He said 2 days. Sim Morrison. So, anyways, I don't know if you want to get it on that, man, but we had a panel. Probably, I got to do a few things. We'll probably do some Hold on a second. Let me time this dumbass nigga out for asking stupid questions. Okay, so we'll probably have that cracking, man. Maybe like 2 or 3 hours from now. But anything else you want to tell them, Mr. Law?
No, that's it, man. Like I say, the name of the channel is Mr. Law 217. Please go like my videos, share them, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Anybody who don't like me, man, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Go in the comment section, speak all the hate shit you want. I'm gonna remove the shit, but at least you'll get a chance to put it down there. You know what I'm saying? So it's how it's however you want to do it. I'm definitely gonna remove it. I'm gonna block you and whatever, but at least you'll get a chance to come talk some shit to me. But other than that, man, I'm good, man. I appreciate you, blood.
All right, man. I'm gonna talk about you later, man.
All right, bro.
Peace.